Welcome everyone to Southland Conference Women's Basketball here on ESPN Plus. The Lady Jacks of Stephen F. Austin taking on the Huskies of Houston Christian. Nicholas Petrisky joining you courtside with Van Chancellor here on this Thursday night in Houston, Texas at Sharp Gymnasium. Van, we take a look at the standings. Jacks in control. They've already pushed their spot in the tournament. Huskies, a lot of work to do.
Yeah, as I look at the standings, the top 4 teams are going to get a bye. The top 2 teams get 2 byes. But at this time, I'd like to welcome Stephen F. Austin back into the Southland Conference. This is a perfect marriage between the Southland Conference and Stephen F. Austin.
We take a look at the players to watch for the visitors. Faith Blackstone. Van, what do we got?
Unbelievable. This woman is averaging over 15 points a game, but look at these 3 stats. 50% from the 2s, 40% from the 3s, and 74% from the free throw line. Somebody better not give her an open look at the basket. If not, she's going to knock it down.
For Houston Christian, Amy Cotton.
Amy Cotton has come off. She was hurt early in the year. She starting lately. She's averaging, she had 10 points in her loss last Saturday. She's done a great job of giving them some offense. They need offense in this game tonight against Stephen F. Austin.
Offense, they're going to need a lot of it. Van, what other keys for both these teams to be successful here tonight?
There's no doubt in my mind. The Lumberjacks, they have got to have great ball movement. That's the secret to it. They got a lot of people averaging double figures. They got to eliminate CU to second chance point. On the other hand, if you're ACU, you've lost some games, but you got to keep your confidence going. You got to believe you're going to make shots, and then you have ball movement, but they need player movement. They need to help each other get open looks at the basket.
The last 2 times these teams played back on the 2nd of the new year, January 2nd, 2025, it was a 47-point win for the Jacks. Huskies only scoring 35 points in that game. They're going to need to find offense, and for the other side, for the Jacks, everyone's starting, averaging 8 points a game. Huskies going to need to find some way to score. Both sides on the floor. Tip-off just seconds away at Sharp Gymnasium. The Huskies, the Jacks, Southland Conference Women's Basketball is live and underway here on ESPN+.
You're not going to be able to defend them and hold this team to 50 points. They got too many great balanced scoring led by Blackstone.
Blackstone, early turnover. Loose ball collected by Tiffany Tullis. Driving to the lane off the glass, and the Huskies an early 2-0 lead.
That's a great start. That started by the fact that McGuire deflected the ball, and then Tullis finished the ball.
Another turnover by Faith Blackstone. Not the way the Jacks want to start off on the road.
You know, Stephen F. Austin's had a great tradition in the Southland Conference of having great women's basketball.
First 3 good, and the Huskies up early, 5-0, taking it to the Jacks.
The Huskies ran a great play then, getting McGuire an open look off of a screen down. If you give McGuire an open look, she can knock it down.
Trinity Moore trying to pull the trigger from deep, airballs it instead out of bounds at the 8:50 mark of the first quarter.
And you're going to see a little 2-2-1 press. What I like about the press, that on the road especially, it's kind of get the adrenaline flowing. You get the going up and down.
Amy Cotton, a wide open floater look, and the Huskies 3 for 3 on their first field goals of the game. Timeout called by Leonard Bishop and the Jacks with 8.5 minutes left to play in the quarter. When we return, Huskies look to continue.
Unforgettable moments. Fill up that gas tank and be there to witness it all live.
Welcome back to Sharp Gymnasium and Southland Conference Women's Basketball. Nicholas Petrisky, Van Chancellor here, taking you along through the action here tonight. Huskies with an early surprising 7-0 lead on the visiting Jacks as the offensive struggles for the visitors continue in the early stages. Hannah Fields driving into space, putting it in. Traveling is the call. And shaken up on the play was Ashlyn Traylor Walker, is falling down with no one around.
She's twisted her ankle a little bit, but I think Taylor Walker will be back in here shortly. Let the trainer tape you up. I wanted to go back over that last timeout to Stephen F. Austin. That was not a strategy timeout. That was a tension-getting timeout that Coach Bishop wanted his players' attention. We better take this game seriously.
Jacks looking for the open look. Blackstone drives. Won't get the roll. Second chance, drawing the foul from behind.
When you give a player like Blackstone, you get her to miss a shot. You got to put a body on him, block her out. Coach Bishop's been over there a long time. He's been over there 9 years, 7 years as an assistant.
A 44-17 record as a head coach for Leonard Bishop as the Jacks on the board with a free throw.
Bishop, he's just an excellent shooter from every spot. Threes, twos, free throws, and now you're going to see him come out in a little 2-2-1, trying to force tempo a little bit.
Donna Finney in her 12th year at HCU, trying anything to get the last seed in the Southland Conference tournament. Tullis under the basket, trying to dish out, knocked out of bounds by Trinity Moore.
Good defense by Stephen F. But also, you got to run. You got 10 seconds. You got plenty of time to run a really nice out of bounds play.
Huskies pass it around the arc. Shot clock at 3. Aaron McGuire spinning fadeaway, can't get it to go. Moore collects. Armani Dominguez from downtown. Rebound collected by Cha Gardner. And 2 more on the board for the visitors.
Gardner does a nice job of rebounding the basketball. She's 6'3", plays big. Right now, 2 offensive rebounds is what Stephen F. has scored off of. When you get pressed, you got to score against it. Because if you don't score, they'll never get out of the press.
Ball knocked away and out of bounds by Dominguez. Barr trying to find McGuire. 6.5 left to play in the opening quarter here at Sharp Gymnasium. Shot clock at 5. Tullis releases. Key Roseby to collect the rebound.
A team that pushes the floor. Transition defense is a must. You got to get back, match up with your man.
2 more for Gardner, and the Husky lead. That was once at 7, now at 1.
Gardner's come in and just been instant offense. I think that when the Huskies pass the ball over, they got to look forward and try to go score, not just beat the press.
Bishop yelling out instructions. Tullis cutting baseline. McGuire far side corner 3. Won't go. Out of bounds, last touch off a Husky.
Coach Bishop come out of that timeout, went from a man to a 2-3 zone. They're going to zone the Huskies now. Going to zone press them in a 2-2-1 and then come back and drop back and play 2-3 zone. But Stephen F. Austin this year, they made their living on offense. They're scoring almost 79.4 points a game. When they held the ball is when they're a big threat.
Roseby's 3 won't connect. Gardner blocked by Cotton.
Gardner's been a force early in the game, going down and just posting up.
Huskies looking for their first points since the timeout by Stephen F. Austin. Hannah Fields putting it off the glass. Rebound tipped away by Tullis and into the hands of the Jacks. Now on the fast break. Faith Blackstone dishes low. Easy 2 for Trinity Moore.
Blackstone did a nice job of dribble penetrating, drawing defenders because she's such a prolific scorer. And then she kicks it over to Moore inside.
Since the timeout, it's been all Stephen F. Austin. Trying to change that. Now it's Tullis. Aaron shot, more like an assist from Amy
Nice
Cotton.
pass that time from Cotton over to Tullis. That wasn't a pass, but we're going to say it was.
Gardner's three, good.
It's amazing. The players that play the Huskies, they sit on that bench, and then when they come in the game, they're knocking down shots. Gardner's beat us inside, beat us outside.
Cotton near the paint. Barr coming out to collect the rebound. Second chance opportunity for HCU. Tullis, baseline, floats it in.
Great job by Tullis driving baseline, using her body to seal off the defender, shooting a wide open layup. We got a tied up game early.
Not the game many people expected after the 47-point loss earlier in the season suffered by HCU at the hands of the Jacks. Roseby, mid jumper, nowhere near the rim. Tullis now dribbles it right into the hands of Faith Blackstone. Other way go the Jacks. Blackstone, Euro, draws the foul of Lyric Barr.
I've always said it. Post players, you're on scholarship to rebound the basketball. You look at Blackstone now, just ball fake and go to the basket. This is an all-conference player right here tonight, number 12. She's going to make all Southland. She's just got all the stats. She's smooth as silk. She knows what to do with it when she gets it. Going back, though, I think Tullis has got to give up the ball. You're on scholarship to rebound the ball. Let those guards do all the work. Get out and go find a way to score.
Blackstone 4 for 4 from the gimme line tonight. The visitors lead by 2.
The Huskies has done a nice job against this 2-2-1 trap. They've not turned the ball over, not one time.
Barr at the top of the arch, dishes to McGuire. McGuire down low for Cotton. Barr to Cotton, game of Hoppeton. Off the glass, and 2 more. And we got a back and forth game.
Yeah, you got great finish by Cotton, but Barr did a nice job of hitting her with a great pass. Got it to her up high where she can handle it.
Tullis holds in the rebound. 2.5 left to play in the opening quarter.
Tullis is 5'11", at her height, she might be as good a rebounder as anybody in the whole country, not just in this league.
Tullis leading the Huskies with 8.6 rebounds a game. McGuire gets a lead back for HCU.
What a great offense quarter the Huskies are having right now. Great ball movement, getting it inside.
Husky ball off the hand of Jack. Huskies make their first substitution of the night. Checking in Kira Prim for Lyric Barr.
And Fields did a great job of defense now. Now you're bringing in the second best rebounder for her height in the Southland Conference. Prim is just a heck of a rebounder. Going to get the ball and be a force inside.
Prim leads the Huskies in offensive rebounds a game with 1.7. Currently at the top of the arch is Cotton. Now Tullis. Shot clock at 5. McGuire runs into contact. They're going to give the foul against the Jacks. And the Huskies with 2 seconds on the shot clock. A catch and shoot play coming from out of bounds.
Yeah,
actually, rather that shot clock reset to 20.
Yeah. McGuire got an opportunity she drove to the basket, gonna put up a shot, got fouled, gets a new 20.
Cotton thought the shot clock was at 2. Huskies get the offensive rebound. Ball loose, finds the hands of Blackstone. Trailer Walker drives on Cotton, blocked once again by the forward.
I think you're right on the last position. I thought Cotton thought it was at 2 seconds. That's the point guard's job. You got to tell them if there's a reset.
McGuire's pass intercepted. Blackstone Euro step puts it off high. Won't go. Under a minute left to play in the first quarter from Sharp Gymnasium. Huskies with a 15-13 lead over the Jacks. Tullis kicks it out to Prim. A pump fake. Driving in, dishing it back to Tullis on the no look. Tullis able to convert with a little bit of a home team roll.
What a great pass by Prim. She drove to the basket, just threw it back over her head, and then Tullis knew what to do with it once she got it. Finish it.
7-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Pass intercepted by Amy Cotton. No one's going to catch Cotton. 2 points for HCU. And a lot of things going the way of the Huskies in the first quarter. Traylor Walker will hold for the last shot. Deep three from Dominguez. Second chance points off the mark by Ituo Tuisoala. And that is how we conclude the first quarter of action from Sharp Gymnasium. Huskies 19, Jacks 30.
Our reality will plunge into disarray.
Welcome back into Sharp Gymnasium here. Southland Conference Women's Basketball on ESPN+. Nicholas Petrisky sitting courtside with Hall of Famer Van Chancellor. A much different story early on for HCU. Scored just 14 points in the first half. Last time out against the Jacks in the first quarter here tonight, they have 19.
They're not turning the ball over. The Huskies are not turning the ball over. Shooting 50%, moving the ball. They're going against this zone really well.
Prim shot off the mark. Kickball violation against Tullis with 9.5 left to play in the quarter.
Blackstone's out of the game. Their leading scorer, their leading shooter. You gotta make some points right now. You gotta increase this lead with her out of the game. I tell you, this is the best defense I've seen the Huskies play for a quarter since Christmas time. They're active with their hands. They're getting in passing lanes. They're not giving up any second shots.
Dominguez, deep two, off the front of the iron.
Cotton's doing a nice job of rebounding the basketball. She's only 5'11". She's having to go against the lady 6'3", but she's done a nice job. Right now that's her 4th rebound of the night.
Cotton hands it off to Prim. Prim spinning up and under. 2 more for HCU.
You let Prim get the ball in the lane right in front of the basket, she's dangerous.
Walker has to pick up her dribble. Shot clock at 5. Gardner, top of the arch 3. Good.
Gardner's come in here tonight and been ace to the offense. That's her 10th point.
Huskies looking for something below the basket. Shot clock under 10. McGuire dishes it off to Tullis. Another open look for the Huskies down low.
Coach Bishop went from the zone to a man. McGuire did a nice job of dissecting it, driving to the basket and looking for Tullis for the layup.
Roseby spinning. Won't get it to fall. Tullis on the fast break, another look, won't go. McGuire's second chance won't go either. Foul drawn.
McGuire did a nice job of rebounding Tullis's miss, going to the line, and McGuire shooting 80% for the year. And here comes Blackstone. I did not think she would sit out very long. Even if Austin, they got to have her in the lineup to function offensively.
McGuire's first won't fall. One for two from the free throw line. Huskies lead by 8. Blackstone feeds it down into the paint. Ellis knocking the pass out of bounds with 12 on the shot clock.
Nick, that was great team defense. Right off the bat, Prim went down and tried to double team Gardner. She was hurting him. Then you had Tullis on the weak side. She went down to help, and then she filtered out and deflected the ball. That's what defense is about, hipping each other.
Dominguez with 5 on the shot clock. Floater off the back of the cup holder. Out of bounds, HCU ball.
I think the 3 refs tonight have done a really nice job. But now these are 3 top-flight refs. This is the Southland Conference. I think this is 3 of their best. And they have proven that they're 3 of the best. They've stepped up tonight and made the calls.
McGuire loses it to Blackstone. Off the glass, in for 2. Prim takes his space, travels, and turns it over. .6:37 left in the second quarter. Huskies lead 24-18. Download to Roseby.
Roseby did a nice job, but Cotton come over and helped block the shot. Prim was very good defensively on that possession.
Three from McGuire, airballs it into the hands of Prim. Shot clock at 2. Huskies won't get a shot off. Shot clock violation. Man, what'd you make of that?
Nick, you got to always be aware of the shot clock. When you play, sometimes you just get to playing so hard. People ask you sitting around watching television, how do you do that? Well, you just forget the clock. You're trying to either score or defend somebody.
Second time in the first half. Huskies forgot what the shot clock was at. Gardner hands it right into the hands of a Husky. Gets it back. A lot going on 2 feet away from the basket.
A lot of action going on, but it went to Stephen F. Austin. They did a nice job of keeping it alive. But now you got to close out the first half. You've led, you've scored well, you got 24 points with 5 minutes and a half to go. You got to finish the half.
Gardner trips, loses it.
That's the first team foul. That's a good sign in the quarter. I was talking to some fans the other day. They really like the quarter system that you have with a women's game, and I really like it myself. I think it's you're just not shooting free throws for a whole quarter.
Coming in for your Huskies, number 11, Joe Holland.
5:20 left in the second quarter. Huskies holding on to a 6-point lead. Blackstone deep pass near the 3-point line to Dominguez. Dominguez, high layup, rebound found by Joe Ollie.
Ollie comes in and does a really nice job defensively. She's got great size. That's going to help her.
Prim behind the back, working against Blackstone. Tries to get rid of it. Blackstone recovers. Blackstone through traffic. Good.
She does a nice job of posting up. I tell you, Blackstone can score from outside as well. Here comes a 2-2-1 press. You got to pass over a press. Just right there. Nice pass. You pass it over to Ollie. That beats the press almost every time.
Prim kicks it to Tullis. Tullis floats it off the glass out of bounds. Jack ball.
I think but when you get that little bunny shot, you got to be able to finish that play. That's the difference between increasing your lead.
4:06 until halftime. Huskies up by 4. Don't go anywhere, folks. This is Southland Conference Women's Basketball on ESPN+.
Our orthopedic care is shaped around you.
Welcome back to Southland Conference Women's Basketball on ESPN+. Huskies up by 4 with about 4 minutes left to play until the end of the first half. Traylor Walker loses it out of bounds. Jacks keep possession.
Ollie did a nice job of reaching in, deflecting the ball, goes out of bounds. That just eats up shot clock. Now you don't have but 16 seconds to make an offensive possession.
Traylor Walker blocked by Kira Prim in the paint.
Prim just does a nice job. Prim plays just really big. When you look at her, she's 5'9", but she plays about 6'2".
McGuire, free throw line jumper, connects.
Even if Austin had done a nice job on McGuire, they're not giving her any open looks, but that's her 8th point. She does a nice job of hitting that mid-range jumper. That's something she's added to her offense.
Traylor Walker trying to kick out, finds Blackstone beyond the arc. Gardner, layup and 2. And the Jacks responding to the 2 earlier from HCU. Fields, free throw line jumper. Rebound found by Moore. Blackstone, 15-footer, off the front of the iron. Gardner, second chance, yes.
Gardner's having her a career night. That's her 14th point here with 2 minutes to go in the half.
Gardner's previous season high 15 against UTRGV earlier in the season. Ollie near the HCU logo.
Yeah, Stephen F. now has gone back to the 2-3 zone, and that's making. They're playing a zone, but they wouldn't give McGuire any open looks at the basket.
2 minutes, 8 seconds left in the second of 4 quarters here at Sharp Gymnasium. Shot clock at 5. McGuire spins, puts it up. Rebound found by Tullis, and the forward loses it out of bounds. Passing the ball around, 3-pointer good from Roseby. And
Roseby, that's a long ways out, Nick. Oh, what a 3-board shot.
Stephen F. Austin getting the lead back by 1. Huskies trying to get it back themselves. Cross-court pass from Prim, intercepted by Dominguez. Ref blows the whistle on the floor.
Shot clock is at 29 seconds. They played all of that time, and the shot clock had not been running.
Shot clock now adjusted to 17 seconds. 1:06 left to play in the quarter. Blackstone uses the screen. Gardner down low, a new season high for the forward, 16 on the night. Prim finds Kendall Beck along 2, and the Huskies back down by 1.
Beck does a nice job of getting in position to shoot the basketball. When you have penetration by a teammate, you got to set up and be ready to shoot the ball.
Blackstone works to the paint, draws the foul.
But right now, if you're the Huskies, you're going into halftime with some momentum. You're going into halftime with a score relatively close, and that's big. You're going to get the ball back after these 2 free throws, and you can hold for 1 shot.
Blackstone still has yet to miss from the gimme line. Shot clock turned off. Blackstone 6 for 6 now from the free throw line.
Now you can hold for 1. You beat the press. You got about 10 seconds to go. You need to carry it in and start running the offense.
McGuire mid-jumper. Rebound collected by the Jacks, and a chance for Blackstone to put one up before the end of the half. Zeros on the clock. Jacks lead by 3 here in half number 1. When we return, Van and I will talk about what happened, go over the stats, look ahead at what.
Somebody's going to have to slow Johnson down. Just the way it is, one way or the other. Gardner, my fault. I said Johnson. I don't know why I said that. But now Gardner's not starting. That's good news for the Huskies. Let her come off the bench. He didn't have but 16 points.
We are underway for the second half. Only 3 other Jacks other than Gardner to score. Blackstone leading the non-Gardner scores with 10. Dominguez from downtown. Yes.
You're right about downtown. She come off of 2 double screens and just knock down the 3. If you're on the road, that's how you start the second half.
Huskies worked it up the floor. Cotton thought about a 2.
I think that's Cotton's shot. I think you got to make that shot.
Tullis down low for the wide open bucket.
Great passing then by the Huskies. 3 players touched the ball. 3 players touched the ball before Tullis shot it. That's good offense.
Blackstone, second chance. Rebound found by Barr.
Good job by Tullis by not fouling. Don't put a good player on the free throw line.
McGuire open below the basket. Gets the ball tipped away by Blackstone. Other way goes Stephen F. Out of bounds off of a fast pass from Blackstone.
I see my buddy Steve Yang's on there. He's the associate head coach over there on Coach Bishop's staff. I've known him a long time. He is a really enthusiastic coach. But they're sitting on the bench tonight. There ain't many coaches sitting on the bench anymore.
Barr drives baseline. Finds McGuire, who finds Cotton under the basket. Won't get the roll. Blackstone gets the screen from Gardner. Loses it. Lyric Barr on the fast break. Barr drives into contact. Won't get an and 1, but a chance at 2 from the gimme line. Take another look here.
Great steal, great go to the basket. Barr shooting 72% 2%, so that's a good opportunity to get to the free throw line.
Shooting 2. Lyric ball.
Lyric Barr knocks down her first free throw. The last time these two teams played, Barr did not score. Has her first point in the grudge match between the Jacks and the Huskies. Make it 2.
Got to have defense. You got to be aware of where Johnson is inside. You may have to double her every now and then.
Garner sets the screen up top for Dominguez. Another triple from Dominguez, this time no good. Jacks on the second chance. Roseby 0 for 2 go the Jacks on that possession. Cotton unaware of a Traylor Walker fast break layup, and that's about the easiest basket you'll see here tonight.
Nice job, McGuire, passing over the press. That's how you beat a press.
Hannah Fields from the three-point line. Gardner with the rebound. Gardner likes her odds. Odds weren't in her favor.
Right now, the Huskies are hanging around, down 4. They've got some really good defensive possessions to start this third quarter.
McGuire finds Cotton from beyond the arc. Good.
Good ball movement. We talked about player movement in the first half, and the second half is ball movement.
Traylor Walker has to pick up her dribble. Walker, fadeaway jumper. Rebound found by Moore. Follow-up shot won't matter. 2 at the line coming up for Trinity Moore.
Moore and both Gardner have been pretty relentless on the offensive boards. Moore's has done a nice job, and she's averaging 12 points a game, 6 rebounds a game.
Moore connects with her first. Heading into tonight, Moore second in the Southland Conference in field goal percentage. Had 9 points the last time these two squads squared off.
Nice job of blocking out. You get those 2 low spots. When you get an opportunity, you got to take advantage of it.
Barr from the handoff, off the glass and in. The HCU bench.
Barr from right over here in my neck of the woods, Katy, Texas, does a nice job of getting it on the glass.
Gardner spinning off the bank, in for 2.
Gardner's going to probably go in and say to her coach, "Do we play Houston Christian anymore this year?"
Drives to the paint, has to retreat. Shot clock under 10. McGuire carrying it to the basket and drawing a foul.
McGuire did a nice job of being aware of what the shot clock was, going to the basket, getting 2 free throws.
Timeout on the floor with 4:55 left in the third quarter. When we return, Huskies Jacks go back to battle. This is Southland Conference Women's Basketball on ESPN+.
Who wins when the Toyota RAV4 and Honda CR-V compete with the Subaru Forester? Becoming your parents, but we can save you money when you bundle home and auto with us.
Here he comes, like clockwork.
Out of the break, McGuire unable to connect with her first free throw. No matter what, Jacks will retain the lead, a 1-point lead with 4:55 left in the third quarter. Gardner hands it off to Moore. Shot clock at 10. High pass from Traylor Walker goes right out of bounds over the head of Moore.
Taylor Walker thought Moore was going to break to the basket. Moore was just trying to post up. I think right tonight, the Huskies have done a great job of beating this 2-2-1 press. They've only turned it over one time after all night of pressing. That's pretty doggone good.
Cotton, mid-range jumper. Rebound found by Moore. Blackstone from a deep three. Gardner blocked by Cotton.
Tullis has just done a great job of just getting offensive rebounds. Some kind of loose offensive rebounds, but if it comes off on her side, she's going to get the ball.
Cotton gets her pockets ripped. Traylor Walker on the fast break. Fields in pursuit, won't get there. 2 for the Jacks. This time it's McGuire who has her pockets ripped. Traylor Walker into contact and one basket for Stephen F. Austin, and the lead now at 5. We take
nice
another
job
look
of team defense right there. Taylor Walker does a nice job of getting it, finishing it, throwing the foul.
Timeout on the floor with 3.5 minutes left to play in the quarter. Jacks increasing their lead to 5. Don't go anywhere, folks. This is Southland Conference Women's Basketball on ESPN+.
Center will be rocking from March 9th through the 13th as the best teams in the conference fight for a ticket to the big dance. The energy, the passion, the unforgettable moments. Fill up that gas tank and be there to witness it all live.
Traylor Walker able to convert the and one out of the break.
Right now, if you're Houston Christian, you got to be really careful. Don't let this game get away from you. It's increased to 6 on 2 turnovers in a row.
Barr and Blackstone fighting over the ball. It goes in the favor of Blackstone and Stephen F. Austin. Blackstone unable to convert from under the basket. Cotton finds Tullis 2 feet from the basket. Cotton, a triple. Yes.
The ref thought she flopped, then I thought she got knocked down. But that's why she's ripping, and I'm over here just trying to halfway announce a basketball game.
Blackstone straight to the basket. Ball loose on the floor, found by the Jacks. Traylor Walker right back to work, and 2 more on the board for the visitors. McGuire, mid-range jumper. Won't get the sharp roll. Under 2 minutes to play in the quarter. Blackstone through traffic drawing a foul. And another trip to the line. Take another look at the foul. Official's going to say Amy Cotton a little too aggressive. Third team foul of the quarter against the Huskies. Blackstone back at the line for the fourth time here tonight.
74% shooter.
Blackstone with 12 on the night. Has only scored under 10 in 4 games this season. As Victoria Dixon taking it up the court now in her first action of the night. Dixon travels. A minute and a half left to play in the third quarter. Visitors lead 48-41.
It's a close game, but right now in the last minutes, you got to be able to cut it down. You'd like to go into the fourth quarter only down about 3 or 4.
Mosby in trouble, draws the foul. Victoria Dixon's first of the game.
This is a very good free throw shooting team overall. They're shooting, Stephen F. is shooting 71% for the year. And in college basketball, that's really good.
Mosby 0 for 2 on that trip to the line. Jack's only missing 3 total free throws here tonight. Dixon in trouble. 5-second violation. And the trap works to plan for Coach Leonard Bishop.
That's 4 or 5 turnovers here in the last 7 or 8 possessions. And that's why Stephen F. has taken a little bit of separation here. And on the road, that's all you're hunting. Get a 7 or 8 point separation, hang on, and win at the very end of the game.
Dominguez directing traffic. Cotton finds the board. Ten-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Cotton. Rebound collected by Dixon. And Dixon draws the foul on the trip to the line.
Very good offensive rebound in. Dixon's not very tall, but she's got a lot of heart. When you go up and you position yourself, now you got 2 free throws. You got an opportunity right here before the end of the quarter to cut the lead down.
Dixon held scoreless in the Huskies game on Saturday against UTRGV. Snapped a 10-game streak of games scored in. Now Dixon scored in 11 of her last 12. Mariah Brown forces a turnover.
Coach, I hate to tell you this. Coaches claiming, Coach Bishop is saying it hit off of that Huskies player, but it hit off of his own player's foot. You got to know that you don't need to hold the ball. You need to take it in.
5 seconds left in the quarter. Dixon, shot, won't go. 3 quarters down, 1 to play here at Sharp Gymnasium between the Jacks and the Huskies. Don't go anywhere, folks. This is Southland Conference Women.
New Downy Comfy Cozy not only combines softness and scent, it breathes life into your laundry.
Welcome back to Southland Conference Women's Basketball here on ESPN Plus. Nicholas Petrisky sitting courtside with Van Chancellor. Victoria Dixon unable to hold the ball for more than 7 seconds. The Huskies reset and do it again.
They come out of the timeout. Stephen F. was in a 2-3 zone, and they just doubled the point guard, but the Huskies did a nice job of getting it inside.
Roseby unable to control the pass. A little bit of butterfingers. Dominguez there in backup. High pass intercepted by Tullis. Dixon able to spin away from the trap. Dixon goes to work. Jumper. Rebound found by the visitors. Roseby to Gardner. Gardner held scoreless in the quarter. Now not anymore.
If you talk about a force in the game, as a coach, you want a force in the game. Gardner's got 20 points. He's been a force inside, shooting the 3 ball.
Gardner 9 of 12 from the field, 2 of 3 from beyond the arc. Brown from the baseline off the side of the backboard. Blackstone collects at the buzzer. Roseby, a deep triple. Out of bounds off of Hannah Fields. Jacks keep possession with now 20 on the shot clock. Huskies trailing by 5, 8:20 left to play in the game. Roseby under the basket, good. Huskies work it low. Brown against Roseby, spinning off, good for 2.
Every time Stephen F. gets a little separation, the Huskies come back and close the gap.
Trailer blocked out of bounds by Brown. Refs are going to say 2 shots instead.
The football team thought it was a clear block all the way. As you see penetration, Brown allows the penetration. And I thought it was a good block. Maybe she got it with a body. I don't know. Taylor Walker's going to the free throw line, a 74% shooter. A Southland Conference Player of the Week also.
Walker converted, or rather Trailer Walker converting an and 1 in her last trip to the line. Converts both during trip number 2. Husky offense starts with 16 on the shot clock. McGuire trying to find Tullis. Ball finds Brown instead. Falling away and putting up a shot was Brown to no avail.
I thought there might have been a walk or a foul on that position.
Roseby to Trailer Walker. Dominguez. Blackstone spinning. Under 7 minutes to play in the final quarter here at Sharp Gymnasium.
I thought that the Huskies have shown a lot of improvement over the first game.
Fields in front of the Husky bench, can't convert. Someone was fouled somewhere in the paint. Tullis falling to the floor as the Huskies get to take it out from under the basket.
Nick, you got a heck of a shot here. You're down 7 with 6 minutes to go. With the 3 ball, all leads are, and they're none of them safe.
Pure Prim checking in for Hannah Fields and putting a shot up off the front of the iron. Gardner pushing off Amy Cotton down low, out of bounds.
I thought of all the calls tonight, they missed one there. Johnson just knocked Cotton down. And that could be the one you might be looking at on the clock. You'll look at it, now you'll see possessions. Yes.
Refs sending both teams to the bench. They might take a look at this one. 6:21 left in the fourth quarter. Huskies trail by 7. Don't go anywhere, folks. This is Southland Conference women's basketball on ESPN+. ESPN+, no foul given for the pushing and shoving that was going on near the paint. It will be Stephen F. Austin ball from the baseline.
I think they thought after looking at the tape there was an offensive foul on Black, but they couldn't call that. They can't reverse that call. But I thought that was a pretty tough call to go against HCU right there.
Trailer Walker loses it out of bounds, and Husky fans saying, well, ball don't lie. Drives into space, dishes it to Tullis down low, high off the glass. Second chance, better this time around.
Brown passed the ball inside to Tullis. Tullis missed the first one, did a nice job of getting the offensive rebound. That's how you pad your stats right there, Nick.
2 for the points, 1 for the rebound column. Traylor Walker on the Southland Conference logo. Finds Dominguez in front of the Jack bench. A triple. Second chance. Cotton fouling Gardner.
You got to block out Gardner. She's really smart. Gardner does a great job of going opposite the shot. She knows the ball has got a 70% chance coming off on the other side from the shot, and then she does a nice job of getting there. She's a 64% shooter.
Gardner misses the first. Jack shooting 28% from beyond the arc heading into tonight's game. They're shooting 37.2% from beyond the arc. Out of bounds. Stephen F. Austin ball.
You get Gardner to miss 2 shots. You got the inside spot, and the next spot, you got to get that defensive free throw rebound. You got all the advantages.
Traylor Walker, 3, yes. And a costly mistake, going from 0 points to 3 points.
The failure to block out cost you 3 points.
Another error this time, Tullis unable to handle the ball. Another 3 for the Jacks. This time it's Traylor Walker. Back-to-back threes for the visitors. The Husky deficit now at 11. They were once up by 8.
I talked to Coach Bishop. They believe they're going to shoot the 3 ball. They do a good job of getting it and shooting it.
McGuire responding with a 3 for the Huskies. 4.5 minutes to play. And how about this? It's a battle of 3-point shooters. This time Dominguez from beyond the arc. Four minutes left to play in the quarter. Shot clock under 10. Down low for 2 is Cotton. The Huskies not going away quite yet.
Somebody's got to have a stop right here. No more 3 balls by Taylor.
How about one from Blackstone? Yes. Timeout taken by Donna Finney and the Huskies. Our player of 17 points, not leading her own team with that mark, and 3 on the visiting side, scoring 15 points or more. Stephen F. Austin not using a lot of players, still up by double digits.
Yes, and right now for HCU, this is a great improvement from the first game. They scored 54 points. Tullis and Cotton have 14 points, almost are getting a double-double in rebounds and points.
Pass from Fields intercepted by Traylor Walker. Traylor Walker blocked out of bounds by McGuire.
Taylor Walker went to the basket, and you'll see it. McGuire does a great job of coming off of her man and blocking the shot.
Traylor Walker to get the play in motion. Intercepted by Kira Prim. Prim taking it from coast to coast, loses it in the paint. Jump ball possession, arrow, Stephen F. Austin.
Hang in, you don't never know. Anything can happen. Turnover, 3 ball, you turn the tide here in the late in the game.
McGuire a steal at half court. Clock at 15. Huskies taking their time. Prim from deep. Counter. Prim not one to shoot the 3 ball often, one to keep the Huskies in it with 2:14 in the fourth. Gardner draws a foul. No trip to the line. It'll be taken out from under the basket.
Cotton wasn't too happy with that call. She knew she had fouled out of the game. She's been playing really well, not only scoring but passing it. But that's just playing hard. You're going to fall out of some games when you play like she's played tonight. You got Amy Cotton's had a heck of a game.
Ellis blocks Gardner. Husky deficit cut to single digits. Under 2 minutes to play. McGuire, mid-range jumper off the glass.
Pressure a little bit, full court. Maybe get a steal right here.
Ball goes out of bounds. Traylor Walker complaining about the no foul.
Everybody's got to pick up your man full court. You can't have somebody lagging back, worried about their man beating them. You're down right now. You got a full court press.
Officials are going to send the Huskies and the Jacks to the bench and make sure they get this one right. 1:39 left to play in the fourth quarter. Stephen F. Austin 66, Houston Christian 59. Still a lot left on as here's a look at what the refs just saw.
Yeah. She thought she got fouled. She didn't get fouled. McGuire just not. Brown, you got to get up on that player.
Blackstone into the paint against Brown. Won't get it to fall. Prim spins into traffic. Shot clock at 5. Prim travels, trying to dish to Tullis. 1:01 left to play in the quarter.
Might have dribbled the ball to death on that possession.
Blackstone draws the foul. Mariah Brown, the guilty culprit.
When you're full court pressing and you're doubling the ball, you cannot let the player go down the sideline. You got to make the sideline, and you got to use it as your third defender.
Roseby cross-court pass to Traylor Walker. Blackstone will hold, drain as much of the clock as possible to prevent a Husky comeback. Dominguez with 5 on the shot clock. Dishes out Blackstone, 3, short. Tullis collects the rebound, has to go quick if there's a chance.
You got to get out and get a quick 3.
It won't be a 3 instead, it'll be a foul, and the Huskies will take it out from near their own bench. Timeout on the floor with 16:93 to be exact left in the final. Van, why would you call a timeout there opposed to trying to save it if you're down by 3 possessions? As
that might be a really good question. Sometimes it's pretty hard to know what's going on in the thought process.
McGuire blocked by Gardner, and with that, this one is all but over. Final seconds tick off the clock here at Sharp Gymnasium. Final score, Stephen F. Austin 66, Houston Christian 59. The Huskies drop their 3rd in a row, and the Jacks their 9th win in a row, trying to keep pace with the top seeds in the South.